Hi guys, today is DreamWork Wednesday. It's a part of my teaching that I do that goes along with themes and ideas that happen in your dreams, and I tell you what they kind of mean. So today we're talking about dreaming about old partners or friendships, and what does that mean? First of all, I'm going to tell you what it doesn't mean. It doesn't mean you want them back, or you made the wrong choice, or that you're regressing, or they're thinking about you. No, it doesn't mean those things. What it does mean most of the time, it has nothing to do with the other person as they are now. But the core truth of it is that old relationships appear in dreams because your psyche is working through major themes, not people. So if you go on the premise that every person that's in your life is a mirror fragment of you, okay? They're a mirror of some part of you. So people use this process, or this process happens subconsciously because there could be an identity shift. You're changing who you are and who you want to be. You're laying down boundaries and laying down walls, making sure that you're protecting yourself from having to deal with things again. You have some unfinished emotional sorting that you have to do in your mind and in your heart. And there are lessons that are just now you're ready to integrate and to accept as truths. So if the people around you are mirrors, then people show up in your dreams for a purpose. What does that mirror? Sometimes it can mean that there is, number one, integration. Integration is not a longing. We're not longing for these people. It shows that you have grown, that you're safer now, that you're finally able to see things very clearly. A dream can play out a relationship or a moment in your relationship with actual accuracy, and it takes out those romantic components so you can see the emotional truth, the power imbalance, the incompatibility that you could have had with that person that you couldn't see before. Number two, the closure is the important part about that dream, about integration. You're closing out old chapters. You're not creating attachments to the old ways and the way things were. You've grown. Number two, you're establishing a new boundary. So anytime you establish a new boundary, the universe is going to be like, what? Let's make sure that she knows or he knows what the heck they're talking about or what they want to really establish. So they're going to throw in a dream or two about an old relationship where you were practicing boundaries and you refused to tolerate old patterns and you were learning your own self-respect. And these dreams where these things did not happen are going to come up. And what you do in that dream is what makes the difference. It gives you a chance to leave the situation that challenged you. It also gives you a chance to say no. No is a full sentence. It gives you a chance to say no. And then it gives you an opportunity to choose yourself. You are very important. And you are not somebody to just be walked all over, used and abused, and altered in any way. And the fact that somebody thinks that they can do that to you is wrong. And it gives you a chance to look at things in a different way this time. Number three, you're grieving the person or the idea of the person, not really the person and who they were, the idea of the person. So people do this, they create expectations. Who you hoped they would be, or who you tried to become to keep them, or the future that you imagined that wasn't going to come to be, or the belief that love required your sacrifice. Sometimes these dreams come up when you're grieving these things, and you get to see why you get a chance to grieve it and finally let it go. The dream is actually helping you. It's helping your nervous system to be able to let go of the fantasy that things were great when they probably weren't, because that dream is being used as your lesson subconsciously. And number 4, identity reclamation. Old relationships can show up when you're reclaiming your autonomy, your authority over yourself, over your mind, over your voice, your actual voice, your authenticity, who you wanted to be, who you want to be, who you get to be. It's all your choice. It's nobody else's choice. So you could be reclaiming that for yourself today, or when you had the dream. It helps you to reclaim your joy and your peace, because when you're in relationships that challenge these things, you're not happy. You can feel sort of like something's there and he loves me or she loves me. But if they're changing you and challenging the joy and the peace and your authenticity and your voice, if they silence you, they don't love you. They want to own you. They want to claim you. And you are not a person. You're a commodity. And that's never supposed to be that way. So it's showing you that there's a contrast between who you were and who you are now. And you can see it clearly, how much you've grown. And you get to feel fulfilled in that growth from who you were to who you are now. So I'm leaving you with a last statement, that dreams about relationships are not invitations to go backwards. I never, ever want anybody to go backwards. There is a reason why relationships don't work out, and you need to trust in that. And the reason you don't go backwards is you don't need to be challenged with these things anymore. You've grown enough not to see the past anymore. I hope that helps, and have a great day.